I'm definitely gonna upload that last one as a blooper. Okay, we're gonna upload the last one as a blooper. I didn't know that you guys can actually hear me. Woo! All right, guys. This is Topsy BX here. I was gonna go. Guys, bring your drinks. Bring your drinks. I'm not alone. It is October the 8th, 2021. The first thing I want to say is tonight, guys, in Orlando at the Plaza. That's right, the Plaza, the place. At the Plaza, E-Turn is going to be opening up for Snow the Products, okay? E-Turn is an acquaintance of mine. Boy, she is badass. Just be there, B Square. Doors open at 8 o'clock. I want to give condolences to my dear friend Brian, who lost another dear friend of his, John Gonzalez. So I know that anyone who's affiliated with John Gonzalez, and just our hearts go out to you. So to his family, Brian, again, I salute you. If you need me in any way, shape, or form, just give me a call. I'm here for you, okay? To talk, to cry, whatever. Spaz out. I'm here to listen, okay? I'm just looking here real quick, guys. Hold on. All right. Okay, where was I? I gave shout outs to book Arthur, children's Arthur, known more for his children's books, but he writes different genres of books. For like his urban adult-ish books is Almonte. And then for his children's books is Lamont Wheeler. So I want to give shout out to him. He is a blessing in my life that just kind of walked on in here. We've been connected for a few years, but never really worked or talked about working together. And so I'm really, really excited about the opportunity that God has put in front of me. He is an amazing human being. So I'm just super excited about that. Yay! He has his own publishing company as well. He has written books for many famous people. Because of his not written books, but has published many books for well-known authors, famous people as well. He's just really, really good. I'm trying to right now. This is why I forgot. No, I need my phone when I do these stuff because I want to kind of tell you the name of his publishing. I know he has lifeisartmagazine.weebly.com. That's WEEBLY.com. Let me see what else. I want to make sure I see everything. I think that is the son. He also has CEO at Children's Wisdom Creations. But that's not the name of the publishing company. Did I just say the publishing company, Lamont? I don't think I did. Let's see, you got LamontWheelerVision.weebly.com. www.cwcschool.online/. I know that that's a really cool place where he goes live with children and he teaches them self-esteem. It's just such a really nice setup that he has. We have a lot of things in common. We love children. We love helping children. So our vision is very similar. So I'm really, really, really blessed to have Lamont Wheeler as a friend and acquaintance, not only for now, but for the near future and forever, God willing. Yay! He is super cool. He is so sweet, guys. He's like genuinely like really, really nice and just really wants to give back and help other people. And I'm all about that. He is a life coach. So, it's so easy to talk to him. He's just an amazing human being. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And, definitely someone, they nicknamed this guy the creative genius. So just imagine, he just really, really has been a blessing in my life since October the 1st. And I'm just so blessed to, share my space in any way with him, him sharing his space with me in any way, and giving me his expertise, his knowledge, his advice. I also had another young lady offer help for me for my book. Barbara Kamprognick, I think I'm saying their last name wrong, but she's from one of my bipolar groups. And Dinah, she also reached out to me on here, wanted to make sure that I was okay. I didn't get to respond on the face because in that moment when I read it, I wasn't doing great for my disorder. But when you know Dinah, I love the support that I have from my bipolar warriors. I mean, I'm in a few different groups, and I do this for you guys. This is what I do this for. I'm open, future topics that we're going to be discussing. It's going to be like hypersexuality. I think that is something that's really important to talk about because my hypersexuality doesn't look like yours. It does not look like yours. It's pretty interesting. Again, I didn't record a podcast now because I have my teenagers out there with their friends. So if you hear music in the background, just bop with it. Let's just go with it. Let's go with it. But everything that I do it for you guys. I do it for my niece, who is 18 years old and has bipolar disorder. And, she got the suicide tattoo. And me and my daughter decided that we're going to go ahead and do the same. I suffer from suicide ideations. Some people suffer from homicidal ideations. I suffer from suicide ideations. So that's taking one's own life versus taking someone else's life. There's so much to learn when you're talking about, when we're discussing, I'm going to turn off the light because I think they're picking up kids. I don't want to look in my room. There is so much to learn when we are discussing mental health, right? And what it is that our children need, right? And what it is that we can provide these children, right? Give me 1 second. Just so many beautiful things. And just so many things that are dark that people just don't want to talk about. People are not willing and wanting to talk about the dark times of our disorder. And what I love about Lamont Wheeler is that even again, remember he's a life coach. So it's amazing to be able to talk with him on such a deeper level. It really allows me and helps me heal. So in the midst of not only writing my book, right, starting to write my book, I found this mentor that is also a life coach and is wanting to help me emotionally, mentally, and prepare me for this journey. I'm so blessed beyond means. And so this platform for me is really about shining a light on these things that everybody wants to remove the light from. And, my popularity is not growing fast by the day because I'm not here spitting. I'm not here, spitting meaning freestyling, guys, for those who are not versed with my slang, my up north slang. Rapping or, so my popularity is not zooming up because my ass ain't on here. I'm not over here twerking. I'm over here talking about life and mental health. I'm over here giving shout outs to those of my friends who are really out there busting their behind, actually creating magic and making music for everyone to hear. And I want people to know about my friends. So I just use this platform to, try to save lives, and acknowledge those who I care about as well in the same sense, in the beginning you would hear me say, oh, no, listen, if my friends want to go in the same tune and tag me in something or give me a shout out or tell people and their stuff to come and tune into my stuff, that's awesome. That's the support and love I'm looking for. Right. But that doesn't really happen, so what I do and why I do it is because I genuinely want to. So if I give you a shout out, if you're performing tonight, I'm giving you a shout out because I genuinely want to. It's because I feel you deserve it. Whether you give it back to me, you do, you don't, you don't. That's no here and there. It doesn't even matter to me. God is going to be the one to give me the credibility that I need. God is going to be the one to pull me to where I need to go. You're never going to hear me telling you that you have to do something or you have to praise this or you have to. No. I'm a lover of all. So This is why I'm not that typical Christian, right? Because I'm a lover of all. So what do you love? You're human, you're beating? You love God? So many people worry about what type of God. What's your do you know that there's many different cultures and many different religions, and we're not just it? Many different peaceful cultures that praise God, and the names are different. Their gods are different. And who are we to tell them that they're wrong? That's why it ain't popular, guys. It doesn't even matter. Right? Whether you're gay or straight, why does it matter? Why does it matter to you? You know? But then you want that same person to save your life if you can't breathe. And you want that same person to give you CPR if they know, right? Right? That same person that you talk about every single day. Yeah, because they're not like you. They're not like you. You know? It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's even more of a shame for those people who use God, right? And be like, oh, God gave me this, and they're like, their nose are like, no, you know what I mean, guys, right? You know what I mean, right? Their nose are above everyone. They stink, but they can't even smell it because their nose are so high, right? They don't really want to be affiliated with people such as yourself. You know? God loves you too. And you can use God and praise him all you want. That's great. He's going to keep blessing you too. But remember, every time you mistreat somebody, God's coming for you. Remember, every time you look at somebody and be like, oh, I could never. God's coming for you. Every time you disrespect your parents, remember, God's coming for you. You know, right. Right. You're so blessed, right? Isn't it beautiful to have all the things that you need? Ain't it beautiful to have parents that can place you where you need to be placed? Ain't it beautiful to not have to struggle, huh? Right. So that's a blessing. Good for you guys. Awesome. Now for the rest of the normal world, okay? For the rest of the normal world, right? Look how people work. Look how people move and move. If people are only treating you good because you can get them to this level, but everybody else they're shitty to, right? Like they don't respect their mother or their fathers or the waitress, or they talk about people, or they're like, But when there's people of money, or they could get them when they're like, hey, oh my God, hi, you're fake. You're fake. And as fast as you went up, you will come down. Humble yourself. Humble yourselves. So I come here for my misfits. For the ones that really matter, darling. For those of us that really make a difference in this world. For those of us that stop when people need us. Right? For those of us that are there and not even there for ourselves. Right? For those of us that it's just a little bit too much sometimes. That the pressure is just too much. But yet we're still there for other people. Guys, I look forward to writing my book. Like, when I tell you, this shit is gonna be raw. It's gonna be intense. I wonder if there's people out there nervous. Are you nervous? You don't have to be. I'm changing names. Don't worry about it. I'm changing names. If I ain't knocking on your door getting permission to use your name, I'm changing names, so don't worry about it. This book is gonna be something amazing. I want it out in the next year. Even though that my homie says that it'll be out before. He's just so positive. He's like, we're going to do this together. You'll see. And it's just like, I'm more realistic. And he's just like, it's going to happen. But, you know, it's just what he's doing. He does this every single day. Right? So he writes books. Like he changes his underwear. So it's consistent. He's constantly writing books. For me, it's just like, it's going to take about a year. It's like, oh my God. When you have bipolar disorder and you're writing a book, you're reliving your trauma. So this journey is definitely for me a healing journey. Unfortunately, I feel like I kind of finally I don't want to say got rid of, but put the last boundaries on the last people that I loved that I had to do it. I walked out of a relationship that I was in for about almost 7 months, and I wasn't, I was in a relationship for almost 7 months. The first time I was cheated on, and I walked away from the situation. And mind you, I don't ever experience things like that. So it was kind of a first time for me that I experienced someone cheating on me. I knew the person had, kind of childhood issues or whatever, because we had discussed, and I knew that was kind of happen because I'm like an internal psychologist, and I knew that was going to most likely happen because the person was not able to be by themselves. They liked the attention and didn't like to be told no. So when you look at certain things like that, that's right. So sure enough, when the first weekend I said, not this weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family. The first weekend, the person stepped out. It's exactly as I knew was going to happen. So I took care of the situation, broke up. When we got back together, we only got back together because the person had promised me that they were in therapy. And I was just so amazed. I was like, wow, like, good for you. Like, you're in therapy, you're tackling those childhood issues that make you feel like you need the constant attention, that make you feel like if someone can't do something for you, that it's not a negative thing. It's not that you're not wanted. It's just that maybe it's just to know it can't not happen. And of course, among other things, right? I'm in therapy, guys, and I take therapy like seriously. It's constant, because I want to be able to know how to make sure how to talk through problems and not allow the bipolar to take over. So I'm very proud of myself. So it's really easy to have bipolar disorder and then talk about your struggles and then have someone come in and say, no, it's just you. And it's like, okay, so let's step back. So when we got back together, I was just really excited because this person was in therapy. I was so proud of them. And then 2 months into the relationship, verbiage started to change. Behavior started to change. And I noticed it very immediately. But I like to kind of observe first. I don't like to jump to conclusions. I'm very well trained. I've taken a lot of therapy, guys. So I'm very, very well trained. It doesn't mean that bipolar doesn't come out if triggered. This is why I remove myself from situations and people so they do not trigger something, and you don't have to see that side that you don't want to see. Okay. So got back together, and then something was just odd in the conversation. I remember I just simply asked, "Hey, what's going on with therapy? How's it going? How has it been?" And then because this person has respect for me, I'm glad that they were honest with me. Because I asked a straight up question. It wasn't like a subliminal question. It was a straight up question. And the person answered me and said, well, I'm not right now, and I had to start asking probing questions. So they know me very, very well. So I followed with some probing questions. And they were like, well, it's been about a month or so. And I was like, okay, so this whole entire time we're under this impression. And so you have to understand that right before that, there was this huge argument of things that got me to this very question. Guys, if we can't handle things, it's okay. It's okay to not be able to handle things. It's okay for things to get out of control. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, even as a man. If you have someone that sticks by your side and is willing to listen and is kind to you and never makes you feel like, just be honest. Don't allow one situation to make it different. Keep the flow going, right? Don't omit things and don't lie. Just be honest. If something is not for you, it is not for you. If you force something, eventually it's going to fall apart at the seams, guys. It doesn't mean that that person or I am horrible. No, not that. It just means that we're not for each other. And if therapy's not for you, then don't agree on therapy. Be you. But don't force someone else to be with you when that's their requirement or and their expectation. And it's something you agreed with. I am all about growing and healing and not growing and staying stagnant where we're at and breaking inside. If you don't have a mental disorder, don't make yourself have one. Don't put yourself in it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm watching on the light because it's getting dark outside. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. It really is not. It's really not worth it, you know? So for me, it's just, I'm very blessed at that time that we had for the last 7 months. Really, honestly, it was interesting, right? I feel like, unfortunately, eventually the bad outweighed the good, obviously. However, it was a learning experience. And honestly, I was able to see where I really encouraged this person. And that made me feel great because this person's children mattered so much to me. They were so important to me that I definitely wanted the kids to see what I saw. This person, the way he was growing. We were going to be notary. We were going to do our notary licenses together. We were going to become life coaches together. You know, so many different things, so many different ideas that I had that he was just on the bagging with, you know? And I found out, if I'm not mistaken, that once, you know, he had gotten a third job and then he let that job go. And then, so when we broke up, he had let the third job go because he wanted to be with me. So he let the third job go. And then unfortunately we ended up breaking up. But then I found out that he got, certified for notary. So, see, honey, you see? I'm all about encouraging people to be better than what they was yesterday. They might leave me and be angry and pissed off because, honestly, not for anything bad. They might make up a whole bunch of shit, but because my love was pure. And they're angry. They're angry because I was real and loving and we had a great sex life and I treated you like the king that you are. I really believe that women need to start treating their men like kings if they deserve it. And even if they don't, you can walk away gracefully, right? And so I was actually very proud because that's for his children, right? And I know that one day, if he's not in it now, he's in therapy, hopefully, because he deserves it. He deserves it, and his children deserve it. And I know that once he goes through therapy, man, let me tell you, he is gonna make someone very happy, very, very happy. Because sometimes we just bring up this bullshit from our childhood that makes us feel like if it's just not enough, right? And when you can get the proper help and you work on these things. Unfortunately, I might be a therapist at heart, but I'm not a therapist. I can't give you these tools because I'm still working on me. So I can only give you a little bit of tools, and then the therapist that you pay for, right, is going to be it. Guys, I know that these EAP programs for your job, they offer you these programs, and that's awesome, and that's what my ex had. But you can't, when you're serious about therapy, you got to skip the EAPs. They like 4 or 6 free sessions. And then you have to start all over again. And you make a mockery of yourself in the relationship, right? Because now you have to start over again. You have to waste 2 of those free appointments on an interview and answering questions that have nothing to do with therapy, all about to do with you. It's going through the same freaking cycle. Value yourself enough or value your relationship enough to get something more permanent. And if you do these EAP to the employee assistance programs at work and you love it and you're done with it, then go ahead and contact your insurance company and get it done. And don't believe anybody who tells you that it's more expensive through your insurance. No, it's not. Oh, Not if you have, hopefully you pick the right package and insurance and you're not having to put down a deductible for your first few appointments and it's just a copay. And if it's a copay, I hope it's an affordable one, but it's a specialist, so get over it, guys. And when it comes to deductibles, put some money down to a deductible. Get it done. Just get it done. Your life. It's your life. It's your life. It's your wife. It's your husband. It's your children. It's your life, guys. It's your life. So I say venture through those employee assistance program, those free therapies, and then I say get a more permanent change. So once you realize, okay, I can do this therapy thing, go to your insurance company. And if you're better off doing self-pay versus these programs with your job, because the sessions are over, guys. So I just want to, wish him the best, as I always wished him the best. But unfortunately, guys, move on and walk into your peace. Do not allow third strikes. Gone on two. And unfortunately, the first one I forgave, and the second one, and then there is no thirds. There's no thirds. There's no thirds. Okay, so I wish you guys all the best. Once these children are out the house, I will be recording my podcast. Guys, once again, this channel is all about you guys. I love my bipolar warriors. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. It's no more time to hide behind our hypersexuality. No more hiding behind our anxiety disorders. No more hiding. No more hiding. No more hiding. It is time to step into our peace, take over the world, and start talking. Talk. Bye, guys. Love you. Thank you guys for being my therapy. In addition. Thank you for being supportive during the breakup, supportive during the beginning of my book, supportive on every freaking level. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Bye.